This is a deeper mystery now. It was about maybe a week or two ago. We got an email about this couple that likes to travel a lot. They're married, no kids, and they got pets. And they have a good pet sitter. It's very reliable. Will come and take care of the pets anytime they want, which fits into their schedule. And they had a hard time finding a good pet sitter before. But when they came back from their last trip, when the wife was kind of looking around, she found a condom wrapper that was kind of tucked behind the back part of the couch. Her and her husband don't use condoms. And so she was very upset. She said, well, I just don't approve of her bringing some person, some guy into my house without my permission. That's a violation. Who knows what's going on? Did they get into stuff? Does this guy have access to my house? Did he steal anything? And so her thing was to fire the pet sitter. The husband's like, I mean, come on. Like, we travel all the time. We had a hard time finding a good pet sitter. So he was kind of pushing back. She sent a bit of an update here, and this kind of deepens the mystery a bit. In the email she sent us, she said, I wound up confronting my pet sitter about the condom wrapper that I found behind our couch. She denied it. She said that it wasn't hers. And then she got really upset and offended that I even asked her about it. Now, she's not even sure she wants to still watch our pets because she said, look, if you guys don't trust me and you think I would do something like that, then I just don't know if I want to do that. So now I feel terrible for accusing her. And we'd actually planned a quick trip this weekend to the Keys, and we're hoping to use her services. Now, my husband, after I told him, said, you know what? I'll give her a raise, and I'll try to convince her to do it. But here we are with the mystery of, all right, well, then what about this condom wrapper? If it's not hers and we don't use condoms, then where did it come from? So when I kind of brought up the mystery to my husband, it turned into a bit of a fight. He got mad and he said, are you trying to insinuate that it was mine? That I am the one that would leave a condom wrapper behind our couch? Like, that would be really stupid of me.
You got bigger problems, girl.
So now she's got a big fight going on. Her and her husband, maybe the Keys trip doesn't happen because they're in this disagreement. But here she is with just a condom wrapper that is mysterious.
You need to get a nanny cam and figure out what the hell is going on your sofa when you're not there. Is it the dog sitter? Is it your husband? But act like you don't think it's either one of them. You can't act suspicious right now.
Plot twist. No one's even seeing this. It's the dog's condom.
Wow. That's nice of a dog to at least,
practice safe sex.
Yes, yeah. That's smart. Yeah.
Of course.
He's like, I'm going to spay and neuter myself.
Yeah.
Take like, that, Bob Barker.
It's like, yeah, I don't want to get neutered. This is a lot easier. I'll just start using doggy condoms.
They get the security footage back. It's the dog with his paws putting a condom.
Yeah. All right. So that's where it is. Yeah. She does not have any cameras right now, but she said that might change.
Don't tell anybody, but get a nanny cam. You can get them now where they're so tiny nobody will even see it.
Yeah. Point
it at the sofa because that's apparently where it likes to get busy.
Right.
And figure out who is getting busy on your sofa. But you can't act suspicious at all. You have to let it go. You certainly can't fight with him or the dog nanny.
Well, I mean, I think we're already past that. I mean, I don't know how much she went in on accusing him. She thought he was a little bit too defensive on it.
Well, we just need to figure out where this came from.
Yeah.
Condom wrappers don't walk into your house on their own.
Right.
There needs to be an end to this Scooby-Doo mystery.
Well, I think we all can agree this situation's a bit rough.
Yeah.
Guys.
All right. Well, another mystery. All right. What about this disagreement going on here? It says, my burial plot in the subject line. The email that they sent to the KVJ show says, I was married for 25 years. Married my high school sweetheart. Sadly, he died 6 years ago in a car accident, and his death destroyed me. I didn't leave the house for a year. I didn't even entertain dating for another 2. But eventually, I met another great man, and recently we got married. Well, the other day, my new husband approaches me about a burial plot that he had bought for himself, and he said he bought one right next to him for me. I paused, kind of bit my tongue, and he said, what? I said, yeah, you know what? I already have a burial plot. And he asked where, and I admitted, well, it's right next to my deceased husband. Well, this set him off in a way that I've never seen him get angry. He said, you need to lay next to your last husband, not your first. And he said now that it would be easier to just tell him that I will take the plot next to him, but I don't want to die first and then have him put me by myself. So there is a fight going on between them because he thinks you need to lay with your current husband, not the last husband who is already dead.
Oh, boy, this is a mess.
So she has this disagreement with him, and she's just like, I just don't know where to go. It's, I spent nearly 5 years after my husband's death thinking about the day that I would one day join him. In life, I am all in on my new husband, but I am there for him, and I want to be with him. But in death, I feel like my first husband is still my soulmate. Who is right? And my question when she wrote that line, I feel like my first husband is still my soulmate. Do you get remarried if you feel like you already met your soulmate? I guess for her, it was about companionship, and she wanted to be with somebody, but it sounds like
people do, yeah.
Okay, so then do you get buried next to your soulmate, or do you get buried next to the husband who you were with when you passed away?
Look, just tell your current husband to buy the plot. Yes, you've seen the error of your ways. You agree you should be buried next to him, and then just make sure he dies first.
Okay, so lie.
And then kill him. That's your plan. So lying and then you make sure so if you feel like you're getting ill or you got a terminal diagnosis, you need to make sure you kill him.
The odds are in your favor he's going to die first anyway, because men usually die before women.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I wonder why we go first. Exhibit A, Your Honor.
Just make him happy. You're in the here and now with him. And so you've got to try to fix this in the here and now and just tell him, yes, buy the plot next to you. When I die, put me there. And then let this play out however it's going to play out. If he dies first, now you have 2 places to pick from.
And if you die first and she's still going with the old husband, haunt her ass.
Well, if she dies first, she doesn't really get to pick where she goes. Her current husband does. So he's going to put you where he wants you. Mm-hmm. That's why you got to make sure he dies first.
And that's her concern.
Wink.
Look, if I thought I had a soulmate and that was the only, like a true soulmate in my life where I go, this is the only person I could ever love, that I would never get remarried. I wouldn't get remarried.
That line, I feel the same. That line kind of bothered me when I read that. I feel like my first husband is still my soulmate. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Bert. I was like, okay, I get the companionship, but at that point, you're just together, right? You hang out and be like, look, I can't get married again. I was with my soulmate, but look, I can hang with you. He's not here. Let's have a good time. Let's keep this casual. And then these kind of situations don't come up because in a legal right, he's like, yeah, I'm your husband now. Well, and when you die and we're together, you need to be buried next to me, not to the guy that already is dead.
Well, then don't get married then, because what if you are the other person's soulmate? The guy that married you, he looks at you as his soulmate. So when you say you're not soulmates and you want to be buried with your ex, don't be surprised if someone gets offended by that.
Yusura said, is she really going to know where she's buried once she is gone?
Yeah, that's what I thought. When you die, I thought there was supposed to be peace. And
I don't think things matter like they do here, right?
Well, if not, my mom is still mad at Kevin, and that's not heaven.
Yeah.
I really hope she's still mad at Kevin.
But then that wouldn't be heaven. You can't be pissy in heaven, right?
Well, the one thing she didn't include in this is whether or not she has kids. And that would be one thing where you're talking about visitation, where for the kids, they probably would rather go to where their father and mother is together, and not where mom is with the new husband that she was with for 5 years before she died. Or 10 or whatever it might be.
Look, man, it would burn you up if you found out Panda was trying to, let's say Panda was married before you, and he's like, well, babe, I love you so much, but when I die, I want to be buried next to her. You would go like this, that dead hooker. Oh, hell no. You would be so mad at that.
I don't know.
Oh, you are out of
I don't know.
You are denial, Deborah.
I don't know, because I'm seeing this in real time. So, my dad's wife passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And when she bought her plot, when she knew she was dying, she took care of all the arrangements. She paid for everything up front. She got it all set. But she not only bought her plot, she bought the plot next to her for him.
Right.
So his is there.
Yeah.
I think his name is even on it yet, but it just doesn't have his death date, which is kind of creepy to go to a cemetery and see your name on a tombstone. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. But so what happens if my dad gets out there in the game?
Yeah.
And
This could exactly happen.
This could happen to him.
Get in the game. You can love somebody and still not have them be your soulmate.
What if he gets married again?
But then he's got to ask himself, is this my soulmate now? I mean, would you want to have like a threesome of tombstones together?
Now, this is a crazy thing.
Are they cheaper if you buy them side by side?
Do you go Costco style, get them in bulk?
Can y'all stack us?
If y'all had enough relationships, you could have 3 burial plots waiting for you.
You need to get one of those little mausoleums that they have above ground.
I don't know.
Zach is on here from Boca with probably a really good fit for her because it sounds like she wants to be laid next to her first husband, not the husband she has now. So what can she do about this, Zach?
Yeah, so my idea is she should just go to an attorney, have a will written up that nobody knows about, that he knows to execute, or the attorney knows to execute once she passes, and she can choose where she wants to bury, and then she doesn't have to deal with it. Everyone else that's still alive does.
Yeah, that's true. So she gets buried in the plot she wants, and then her last husband's like, I'm not going to go visit her laying next to her first husband.
That's literally a plot twist.
It is. It is a plot twist. That is a really good solution.
You're right. Let the alive people figure
You're
it
right.
out.
Yeah, at that point, you don't care and you get buried where you want. See, we come up with a few solutions here.